In 1956, he first appeared on motion picture screens across the country. His impact on audiences was instantaneous and unprecedented. His acting technique was revolutionary. His presence overwhelming. He possessed more raw talent than any performer of his generation. He soon became an international legend, a giant who took the world by storm. Then, suddenly, at the height of his fame, he retired from motion pictures. Now, he is back, and he's more magnificent, more glamorous, more devastating than ever. Prepare yourself. The greatest star of all has returned. Godzilla 1985. Coming soon to a theater near you.
Bottom of the first, no score. Angels lineup looks like this reminds us of Howie Kendrick leading things off at second base. Kevin Branson at third base. Bobby Bray at the DH. Corey Hunter at center. Hideki Matsui getting the start in left with Juan Rivera in right. Mike Napoli at first. Eric Ivar first start June 14th. And Bobby Wilson doing the catching. Facing the right-hander by the name of Aaron Cook.
Aaron Cook with a great sinking fastball, 87 to 92. Good curveball on a 12-6 variety slider and a changeup. Talk about a key against Aaron Cook. If you're a hitter, you try to get that fastball up in his zone because that will flatten out. When he's down in his zone, he gets as many ground balls as anybody in the game.
Little chopper towards third. Ian Stewart charging in, retires Kendrick for the first down here in the bottom of the inning. Took a look at the defense for the Rockies. Smith, Gonzalez, Spilborg from left to right in the outfield. On the infield, Stewart, Vargas, Herrera, and Melvin Moore at first base. But Miguel Olivo doing the catching.
Melvin Moore playing some first base here for Colorado. We've seen him play some second with some third base, especially third base in his career with the Baltimore Orioles and New York Mets. Very versatile. Now playing some first base, only his second career start there, but has some good range. Should be solid there.
A lot of those different positions played in his career, coming with the New York Metropolitans. My, what a job they have done in the National League East, the Metropolitans, to get back into the race.
How'd they do today against Minnesota?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the scoreboard lately.
Oh, the Twins won 6-0, I think.
This one into right field. Spilborg's coming on. Will play it on a hop. Kevin Franza with a one-out base hit. There's that approach again, just shortening up and taking what's given to him.
As a pitcher going against a guy that will just put the ball in play, it's very difficult because you try to sneak fastballs on the outside part. He slaps left. He throws a slow breaking pitch or change up inside. He could turn on it. We saw that fastball off the inside corner last night, hit the left field. Just shorten up the swing, put it in play. Contact hitter.
Bobby steps up now with one out, one on. Abreu was 1 for 5 in last night's game. 11th inning single that started that last frame for the Halos, but ended up being stranded at third base. Fifth game. A DH for Abreu. He has scuffled in that role. Just 2 for 14 this year with an RBI. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Cook is a guy that has struggled out on the road this year. 0-4 with a 7.38 ERA away from Coors Field. At Coors Field, completely different story. He's been phenomenal. 2-0 at a 2.40 ERA, considering the ballpark and the altitude. A guy that has always enjoyed pitching at home. Now it's just outside.
That is pretty amazing considering that's such a hitter's ballpark. It has been, and the humidor certainly has helped it out. But still, anything up in the strike zone is going to be covered at Coors Field.
Cook's coming off a start in which he allowed a season-low 3 hits against the Brewers. 7 innings. Took a no decision in that one. Bobby a bouncer toward the hole. Stewart's got it on the shortstop. High flip, and it goes over the head of Herrera and into right field. Franzen safe at second. Kevin never picked up the baseball. He thought that Herrera had it. Otherwise, he would have advanced over to third base. But as you see the bag at second, watch the replay here. There's a ribbon of sunshine near the bag, and you wonder if that ball just got in that sunshine. It never came out for Herrera.
And the thing is, Herrera just held the glove on Franzen to make it look like it was a play on him, and just stayed there like he was pretending. They could see Franzen act like he tried to dive back. A break for the Angels, though. They got to take advantage of this early on in the game. You mentioned Aaron Cook struggling on the road. Joe Saunders has had a tough time at home, so both these pitchers early on is a big key for him.
Well, both teams last night struggled with men in scoring position. Rockies were 2 for 11, Angels 2 for 12, but the Rockies got the one that they needed the most at the time when it most counted. Story takes a strike. Stewart getting charged with an error. Bobby reaches on that fielder's choice. One for 5 night last night for Torrey, an RBI double. 24 runs batted in the month of June. Snowballs and 2 strikes.
Aaron Cook very quick to the plate also. Only now 1 stolen base against him this year. Only 1 attempt.
Oh, 2. Checked his swing. He asked for help. He did not go, says Brian Runge. Rockies overall defensively, at least in the outfield, don't move around a whole lot. They play pretty much every guy straight up. Gonzalez maybe a couple of steps towards right center and center field. Breaking ball lofted in the air to shallow right center field. Herrera's going out. Spielberg's coming in. Nobody can get it. And everybody is safe. Spielberg, for whatever reason, decided to throw home. And I think that's because of the big turn by Kevin Franzen at third base. If he goes to second base, there's a chance they force out Abreu. Bobby held up to make sure that ball fell down.
Was a different read on that one, too. Franzen was going right away. He was committed to thinking that ball was going to fall in. You see him read it, and he's going. And Bobby had to make sure that ball was down, and Franzen was thinking about trying to score on that, but Dino Evil held him up, especially with Matsui coming up. A good low ball hitter, and Aaron Cook throws a lot of sinking fastballs.
So Franzen, Abreu, and Hunter around the horn on the bases from third to first. Matsui steps up, getting to start in left field tonight, a .259 average with 9 home runs. 41 runs batted in as he takes that sinking fastball down and away. Matsui had a helmet on, was stretching it out late in the game, but did not pinch hit. Had the day off instead, with Rivera getting to start in left field and Reggie Willits in center. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. For the most part, a good situation for the Angels this year, with the bases loaded, a .315 average, a couple of grand slams. Abreu and Morales. The 2-0. That's high. 3 balls and no strikes.
3-0 count. Mike Scioscia will give Matsui the option. A veteran hitter like Matsui will look for a spot to be able to drive the ball in the air, but he will be given the green light here. If it's a pitch he can drive.
Matsui out to straightaway center field. Gonzalez back at the wall. Gone! Godzilla goes boom! 4-0 Angels. Hideki Matsui's 10th home run of the year, now with 45 runs batted in.
Well, the trust factor by Mike Scioscia giving him that chance to swing 3-0. Knowing he was going to try to center a pitch to drive, and he got that pitch for the grand slam.
We'll return with more of Channel 61's Godzilla Marathon after these messages.
さて続いては大変です。ゴジラが出現した模様です。こちら現場です。現在空調をあっけなくゴジラを壊しまして池袋へ向かっております。おお、当店と晴天の霹靂。大変です。ゴジラがサンシャインを磨き始めました。夏休みは大ゴジラ博。以上大ゴジラ博のお知らせでした。君もゴジラと戦える。お問い合わせはご覧のところまで。
Time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. There's Scooter Jeanette. And Drew was talking about how he went to high school in Sarasota. Well, he was born in Cincinnati. And we give you the top 10 players born in Cincy in terms of games played. Now, there have been 200 from that city in the big leagues. Pete Rose up top. Then it's Barry Larkin, Jimmy Wynn, Gary Maddox, David Justice, Miller Huggins, Bill Doran, Lance Johnson, David Bell, and Shannon Stewart. No surprise, since the Reds started in 1881, there's a lot of ball players, not only from Ohio, but from the city of Cincinnati, guys.
Hey, Mark Jr. wasn't born there, huh? Ken Griffey?
He wasn't on the list. I was thinking that. Somebody said it to me the other day, and I should have checked that, but I don't think he was born there.
Dougie?
Not in Cincinnati. Does Doug know?
He's going to double check right now, because I would have thought, I was just making a guess, I would have figured but maybe he was born somewhere else. Here's Pat Valleca, Patty Barrels with the single to center field. He was born in Pennsylvania, Denora, Pennsylvania, the same town as Stan Musial. How about that, Mark?
Right. You know what? I did know that. So he wasn't on the list. A lot of great names on that list. And I know I've gone through players from Ohio like, you know, Cy Young, Mike Schmitz from Dayton. Doug, you'll know that. It was a hotbed, obviously, for baseball back in the day with the Reds being such a storied franchise.
What town in Jersey are you from? Hoboken, Mark? Where are you from again?
I'm born and raised in Trenton.
Trent?
Yeah. Al Downing's hometown.
Al Downing, who gave up famously home run number 715 to Henry Aaron.
Correct.
Trenton, does Trenton still have, years and years ago, after he had retired, I was doing games for another network with Rick Cerrone. And Rick Cerrone owned the Trent, no, he owned the Newark Bears. Never mind, it wasn't Trent.
It's the Trenton Thunder, which is a AA team, I think, of the Yankees right now.
But Newark had an independent team, one of the more well-known independent teams, kind of like St. Paul.
Wayne Krenchicki is from right up the river from Trenton.
There's a name from the past.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Former Red.
Absolutely, he was a former Red. Here's Amarista, and he takes a quality swing. Amarista is not originally from Cincinnati.
No, he's from Venezuela.
Did I tell you that story? Cargo was where we were in Chicago, and Cargo, who's always, he and Parra could be the life of the clubhouse, right? He was wearing out Amarista, who they love. Everybody adores Alexi, right? Because Alexi's favorite, he said his favorite sport in his hometown is basketball. He said, how can basketball be your favorite sport? He goes, you're not tall enough for basketball to be your favorite sport in your hometown. It was comical.
Muggsy Bogues was a good short basketball player.
Lexi could post up Muggsy. got like 3 inches on Muggsy. Muggsy was 5'3".
Isaiah Thomas for the Boston Celtics. He's about the same size, right?
A little bigger. 2 strikes on Amarista. Volek at first. Nobody out. No score. That's up top. Ball 1. 1 and 2.
I'm racking my brain right now trying to remember a player whose dad was a former big leaguer but was born where his dad was playing winter ball.
That's an interesting one.
Having Dougie research. The name is very familiar. I wanted to say it was Jerry Harrison Jr., but it wasn't.
Jerry working with the Dodgers in a television capacity now. Just saw him last week. There's a line shot. Oh, man. Off the glove of Jeanette, and fortunately Amarista kept running. That's not Jeanette, excuse me, that's Peraza. Jeanette was there 2 nights ago. Can't hit it any harder than Amarista. Turns into a 4-6 fielder's choice. Oh, by the way, the Rockies are up to 4 quality at bats.
There you go. You have to have more quality at bats than the other side, and 12 is typically the number that pushes you towards wins.
And here's Hannigan outside on Ryan. Hannigan was behind the plate in Jon Gray's return to the mound down in Phoenix on Friday. 6 foot, 210-pound catcher.
So here's the name of the guy. It's Josh Barfield.
Josh Barfield, is that right?
Yep.
His dad was Jesse Barfield. He was playing in winter ball, huh?
Playing winter ball.
Where was he born?
In Venezuela.
Oh, wow. Strike on Hannigan, 1-1.
And yes, Josh Barfield has dual citizenship.
Well, unfortunately, right now it's a little dicey being in Venezuela. Two and 1. Ryan Hannigan grew up in Andover, Massachusetts, before heading down to Orlando to go to school at Rollins. Be 37 later on this summer. Runner going, and it's chopped right back to Feldman. 2 outs. Amarista at second, and Jon Gray will try to help himself out here with 2 gone.
That 1-3 does count as quality at bat.
Billy, I wish some of these counted for runs. I'm with you on quality at bats. Right now the Rockies have 5 quality at bats, but they do not have a run. Gray looking for his first hit of 2017. It's a lot of zeros. This ball's well hit. Billy Hamilton is looking up. This one's gone. That's a quality at bat. First career home run, Jon Gray, a 2-run shot to dead center, no less.
That is where the big boys go. Ow! Wow.
In the last game the Rockies won, Jeff Hoffman was on the mound. He came up with 2 outs, and he said, I'll take care of business, and he doubled to right. Jon Gray, that's a large fly ball.
Well, you're hoping Jon Gray was just going to get started on the mound. You didn't expect a 2-run jack, and he knew it.
Billy, that was loud.
It's about 15 rows back in center field.
I thought he did a terrible job the last 2 starts of Jon Gray, just focusing in on this wipeout slider and the upper 90s fastball and what he meant on the mound, and we completely forgot about him at the plate.
105 miles an hour off the bat, 467 feet.
Is that what it went, 467?
Yeah.
That makes it one of the longer home runs in baseball this year. I bet you that's top 20.
It's got to be the hardest hit ball by a pitcher this season. I think Samardzija had one earlier this year here at Coors Field where he hit a ball into the visitors' bullpen. But I think this one has it beat.
Billy Hamilton took like 3 steps. He said, that thing's long gone. When a guy in center field quits on the ball, you know you've hit it far. 47th Rockies pitcher to homer. And of course, earlier this season, Kyle Freeland hit one against the Reds in Cincinnati. Can Jon Gray play every day, please?
6 quality at bats. You didn't keep track.
I'm still excited about that. I forgot to make the notation. 6 quality at bats, first time through the order. Two and 2 on Charlie, who hit a sharp single to right in the bottom of the first. And this one is hit right at Joey Votto. Feldman covers in the inning after a base hit by Voleka. Jon Gray with 2 outs hits a monster home run.
Hidekiから技今音が光るメタル高音の聞かせ技日立木戸から
綺麗な色だね音もいいんとちゃうちゃう
一平好きだもん
ワンダフル音声多重日立木戸から
Of the Rockies' all-time walk-off ribby leaders, who would you most want at the plate with the game on the line? Bichette has 9, Helton had 9, Nolan's got 7, Brad Hupp, who we'll talk to in a little bit, had 7. 4 outstanding choices there. Kyle Freeland against Kelby Tomlinson made a nice play to end that second inning. Took a hit potentially away from Charlie Blackmon. Tomlinson and then Rodriguez and Gorkys Hernandez. Still awaiting word as to what happened to Jeff Samardzija.
They might not have an option now with Madison Bumgarner. You know, they wanted us to keep him out on a rehab, 75 pitches. They might have to rethink that plan. I know it's the short term for the long term. I get all of that, but you know, Mad Bum and his competitiveness.
Oh, he's going to want to.
He's going to want to try to talk his way into doing it.
2-1. Tomlinson lines this ball to right, and it is a foul ball. Well, speaking of guys that would like to be here and soon, and will be soon, DJ LeMahieu played 5 innings in an extended spring game today. He was 1 for 5, which is really immaterial. It's about seeing pitches. Came out of it just fine. And as of now, he's scheduled to play again tomorrow, though you know DJ is lobbying
He's
to
probably trying to talk
be
his
here
way,
in Denver. Yeah.
And you wonder why extended spring? Well, you can see 5 innings, 1 for 5. You can hit leadoff every inning.
It wasn't a blowout for whatever team
No.
DJ was on necessarily.
Because a lot of people will say, well, why do they go to extended spring, or why don't they go to AAA? Well, just because of that. You can get 5 at bats, 5 innings. You got this gorgeous workout facility. You don't have to worry about any potential rain hazards.
And there are no rules.
No,
you can bend the rules all you want.
Doesn't matter what. You know what? If DJ wanted to hit twice in an inning, he could do that.
By all means.
Yeah, go ahead. If he got out, he could just stay up there and hit again.
And you've probably actually seen that where a guy walks and he's
I just want to stay.
Yep.
Now they will put somebody in to run for him.
These are the dog days of extended spring. Latter part of May. This is in the air to Parra, shallow left. Freeman got it in on the hands. 1 out. So Tomlinson is gone. And that'll bring up Derek Rodriguez. He's getting a lot of firsts out of the way. He made his major league debut on the hill last inning, and now the former minor league outfielder will get his first major league at bat. Takes a strike. Two strikes on Rodriguez.
He's taking some at bats in Sacramento this year. This is the National League ballpark, AAA.
His dad was a 14-time All-Star, won 13 Gold Gloves in his 21-year career. A first ballot Hall of Famer. Again, he's out of the country. He's in Colombia. Otherwise, obviously, he would be here. 1-2. This downside, 2-2.
Talk about shutting a running game down. I mean, for 3 games or however many games he was behind the plate, you just didn't run. It was not an option.
Strike 3 on the inside corner. 2 outs. Let's go to center field again and check in with Taylor McGregor. Taylor.
Thanks, Drew. Yeah, we're continuing our celebration of Brad Hobb tonight, and people are continually sending their tweets in using the hashtag ToyotaTalk25. But check out this one. Best 2000s memory is gathering around the old oak tree with the boys and passing around trading cards featuring Brad Hobb by Rockies Wint. I love that, Drew. Just the genuine joy of childhood memories featuring Brad Hobb.
Yeah, you know, time flies, but I'm sure there's we just had a youngster in the booth, and he's 14, so you know, you go back a few years, may not quite remember all that Brad did, especially in that 07 run to the World Series. But there are a lot of people who grew up and probably had a poster of Brad Hobb on the wall, that sort of thing.
Well, you still see some of the Brad Hobb. Remember the giveaway T-shirts? So
yeah.
You still see those every once in a while around town. Still in one piece.
Fouled off by Hernandez. 1-2. We just did get word from the Giants clubhouse. Jeff Samardzija left with a tight right shoulder, which still makes what he did to the bat inexplicable. Why, you know, if your shoulder's bothering you, you take some force with your, you know, arm, shoulders, upper body to break that bat over his knee. 1-2, and that's also fouled off out of play.
I think it's just a year's worth or 2 months worth of frustration.
Yeah, started the season on the DL and has not been pitching well. The mentality for any competitor, and nobody feels, for any athlete in any sport, you're not 100% once the season gets going. And so you will yourself to the starting line each time.
Oh, yeah.
And as you know, you had surgeries, you had different injuries. There's a difference between playing with pain, playing with discomfort, and playing injured.
Yeah. But sometimes you try to trick yourself, saying, well, I can do it.
3-2. Kyle didn't like how that came out of his hand.
Now he wasn't happy with that. He's going to take an extra second to walk around the mound.
And he got that in on the hands. A broken bat, little pop up. Story grabs it. A 1-2-3 third inning. Freeland's doing his thing. The Rockies lead 2-0. Parra will lead it off.
恋を恥じて行き先でも決める
Hey, let's go for a long drive.
TT ターボに世界初の点火システムプラズマスパーク採用。日産スカイラインには走りを愛するハートがある。ツーリング魂。
I've got it now. Mark, can you hear me?
Yes.
Fear, loathing in Denver right there.
Yeah, a Hunter S. Thompson reference. But how about this? The late George Carlin, the hippy-dippy weatherman. That's who you look like.
Do you like my? I got a little something going on here.
Yeah, very
swagger. Yeah.
Very swaggy today.
Get your purple.
Got a little gate going with it too. Cargo drives his ball to deep left field. Ball is not traveling. Descalso on the edge of the track. But good wood from Cargo, a good sign. You keep looking for those signs of him getting ready to break out. One out, and Taijuan Walker will now face Mark Reynolds. Mark has never faced Walker. Well, Friday night, Mark Reynolds hit one out. Saturday, another day, another bomb. This was a line shot. What was the launch angle on that, Spiller? Usually on top of that thing. That was way under 20. I know
it was
that.
It had to be.
And Mark takes high, ball one. No score, one out in the second.
That's a season for some guys right there. 315, 10 home runs.
Let me throw this out at you. Mark hit 14 last year in a reserve role. He was signed to come off the bench, ostensibly, right? If at the end of the year, Mark was hitting, I'll give him more RBIs because you'd have a longer season. But if Mark hit 315 at the end of the year in part-time duty with 10 home runs and say 45 RBIs, would you have said, man, that was a great signing?
Yeah, that's a fantastic year.
As a guy that's going to come off the bench, primarily get a spot start here and there. Well, Mark not only has a lot left in the tank, this ball's well hit left center field. This one's got a chance. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. If the day ends in Y, Mark Reynolds is going yard.
That's every day, Drew.
Well, check the stats.
That's right, number 11 for Mark Reynolds right there. Taijuan Walker looked right at Chris Herman after giving up the pitch and shook his head. Fastball almost where he wanted it, center cut for Mark Reynolds. But two-strike approach for Mark has been not swinging as hard, and you can see the amount of power and whip he gets with not full effort on his swing. I want to be like Mark.
How many guys truly, as Story steps in, get better later in their careers? Very few. In the case of Mark Reynolds is a much better hitter than he was earlier in his career. And this is a guy that did a ton of damage. There's a rocket that is going to be a base hit. Wow. Trevor Story.
Good work for that.
Yeah, from our trajectory, you know, Trevor's had the tough start. You're thinking he hits the ball off of Walker, and I thought it was going right to Goldschmidt.
Hits the dirt, hits his foot. You see the type of athlete Chris Herman is. That's going to be a thing, I swear. Before the season's over, there's going to be, at the Rockies dugout store, a Be Like Mark Reynolds t-shirt.
Well, you just keep banging on it. I like it. Base hit through the right side for Pat Valaika. Story will stop at second. And the Rockies, with one out and a run in, have 2 men on for Dustin Garneau. Aggressive against that fastball. It's showing up early, and the Rockies are taking some nice swipes.
We've seen it with Valaika, the pinch hit roll, swinging at first pitch that he can handle, and on the Subaru Supermo, you can see the fastball work its way back towards the middle part of the plate.
And you have Garneau at the plate, batting 8th. He's throwing out some big hits this year. Part-time duty, 6 RBIs, got a home run, and he takes a strike. Such a different view for Nolan Arenado today. He's watching Pat Valaika play third base. It's good to see him smiling. He will not be on the bench. He may not be on the bench the whole day today, but even the great ones need a day off here and there. 1-1. And that's always a fist fight to get Nolan out of the lineup.
Yeah, I wonder how that conversation goes where, like, hey, who's going to tell him? You want to tell him? No.
Who drew this short straw on that? Hey, Redmond, you're the bench coach. You go tell him.
Yeah, you got to look for scratch marks on one of the coaches and see which one it was.
Who's got the shiner? There's Vinny. I was talking to Vinny in the clubhouse today about number of games he played, because Vinny was like Nolan. He loves playing, never wants to come out. Manager never wants to take him out, fouled off. Vinny on 2 occasions played all 162. And then he would take a few weeks off in October, and he'd start swinging it again in November. And then, as we were discussing yesterday, he'd head down to Mexico, and he'd show up for the final 10 games or so in the playoffs.
Yeah, like Santa Claus.
Like Santa, right? 1-2. Good speed aboard. Story and Valaika. This is popped up right side, and infield fly rule is invoked. 2 outs.
Drew, how was blackjack last night?
Prom, it was a whole lot of fun, and I had to take my chips and sign out and wave to the cameras above, right? I had to slap my hands.
Yep.
Show that there was nothing under my sleeves, so to speak. 3:15, checked out. Just a lot of fun. They do proms a lot differently than when you and I were going to school. Great time and a lot of great kids at Arapahoe. That's in there for a strike. Tyler, an opportunity to help his own cause. One and one.
Chatty was a career 240 hitter at the start of the season. Only has 1 hit this season. He's hitting 100, so he's
due.
He is way due.
Doesn't have a ribby yet.
Well, it started at 240 and it's dropped down to 227.
It's okay. 227 on a pitcher. That's good. I got to explain to a lot of the 16, 17, 18-year-olds in attendance last night why they build those monstrosities in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Because more people are not taking money out of the casino, more people are leaving money in the casino. When every time I pulled an inside 21. This is bounced up the middle, and Chatwood is retired. The Rockies get a run. Mark Reynolds' daily home run, and it is 1-0 Colorado as we go to the 3rd.
Vote Mark Reynolds. Be like Mark.
I love Corolla too.
愉快なパートナーが好きだ。みんなカローラ2が好きだ。
Nice car.
5日6日はお近くのトヨタカローラ店へ。
世の中誰もがチューハイ意識。
Tokyo Drink.
宝缶チューハイ。
We go to the third inning, 4-2 Milwaukee. Drew Goodman, George Frazier, Mark Scott from Coors Field on a Saturday afternoon. Jonathan Lucroy, Carlos Gomez, and Aramis Ramirez. Christian Friedrich threw the ball a lot better than the line in that second inning, George.
Oh, yeah, a lot better. He had a couple of plays at third base that didn't get panned out. The double play didn't end the inning, so there were some things that happened there. But pitchers will tell you, I need to make a pitch to shut that inning down, and unfortunately they got a couple of hits after all the negativity that happened on the field.
Lucroy popped to second his first time up. 3, 4, and 5 for Milwaukee. Curveball's high. Time for the Steel T Heating and Air Cool Stock. Never a trip charge for repair. That's a $69 value. Steel T. The T stands for trust. Go to steelt.com. Highest average by primarily a catcher since the end of World War II. A lot of teams putting one of their top hitters, if not their top hitter, in the 2 spot. The Rockies.
He just swung and missed at that, and he looked at his bat, and he's pointing at it and talking to it. Like, how did you miss that? I put you in a position to succeed.
This is in the air to shallow center, and Stubbs will get there. And that's a base hit for Ramirez.
Boy, good hitter, isn't he?
He's been a good hitter for a long time.
The ball was up and away from him, and he just took it to the right side.
Maybe the biggest difference is K-Rod's throwing the ball like he did with the Angels.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball very well. The velocity, I mean, it's still not 96. The ball should hang up for Stubbs. They're going to tag at second. They're not going to test it. Strong throw from Drew.
So Mark Reynolds will step up. 2 outs and 2 on. Lucroy at second. He walked. Ramirez at first. A single. 4-2 Milwaukee. Rockies have committed. They put 3 errors up on the board. So you know what, I know which one they changed. I think they said it wrong, George. They changed. They take that double. Where's Dougie? They took that double from Gomez. Yeah, that's a straight E5. The one that you thought was an error, George, has been changed to an error.
Okay. I mean, I hate it for Rudd, but it is what, you know.
Well,
that's what it is.
You know what? Let me change it. Now they're saying, now they're calling it a single. Now, you know what, Doug? You got to check that, because there'd be 5 hits up there then. Wouldn't there be? Yeah, all you need to know is the Rockies have committed 3 errors.
And they're losing 4-2.
And they're losing 4-2.
That's
it's early.
They'll figure it out later.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike on Reynolds. That's down the line, and it's a fair ball. Reynolds didn't realize it at first. 1 run is scored, and Ramirez stops at third. Usually the hitter knows it better than anybody, and he thought it had too much fade on it, but it was fair by a decent margin, and it's now 5-2.
Right out of the hand of Christian Friedrich. Another good pitch. Fastball down very low in the zone. I mean, these guys are swinging at everything. They must be seeing it pretty good out of the hand, because that ball stayed straight. Typically off a right-handed bat, it's going to fade to the right about 8 to 10 feet, even on power hitters. That ball straightened out.
Rockies will walk Segura with first base open and go to Willie Peralta, the pitcher. This thing's got the feel of last night all over again, huh?
Yeah, Not liking what's going on here now. Get in out and get out of this thing. Follow every Rockies game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get instant replay, score, stats, audio, and a whole lot more. So did you ever figure out who they gave the error to? The third error?
Doug's working on it. What do you got, Dougie? So Gomez, on Gomez's ball up the line, the do or die.
Yeah.
We're going to give him a single and then an error, I guess, for letting the ball go under his glove. So I guess they figured even if he fields it, he's going to beat it, but that it went under his glove and Gomez ended up at second. So it's an error there. And then Chris Davis's, instead of a base hit, is an E5 the whole way. And then, of course, there was the E4 on Peralta's fielder's choice. So there ends up being 3 errors in that inning. 1-0 on Peralta right now with the bases loaded. Pretty good cut by Peralta. Here's the 1-2, and that goes to the backstop. That's going to cost the Rockies a run. And then it gets thrown away. It's going to cost them potentially another run. Oh my goodness. That's ugly. And now another runner coming home safe. Rockies fell asleep on that one, and the trail runner Segura takes advantage. Ugliness and embarrassment all wound into one play. That looked like a bunch of 8-year-olds. Troy Tulowitzki, hands on hips, now has the baseball from the umpire. You had a wild pitch, then you had an error on McHenry's toss, and then just a nap as Christian Friedrich was kind of walking with the baseball, and Segura saw an opening. There was no one at home plate. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this at the big league level.
Well, I thought it was a mix-up crisscross, looking for a breaking ball, and then he got this. 1 run scored, the overthrow by McHenry. That run scored, and Friedrich's kind of walking back. This was all Segura. Nobody else was around with it. McHenry was looking down. Christian couldn't throw the baseball. I think McHenry's having a tough time getting his breath. Now he's going to stay in the ball game.
Eight to 2, Milwaukee. 4 errors for the Rockies.
A wild pitch and the error on McHenry, and then mental errors.
Boos cascading down as the Rockies trail it by 6 runs in the middle of the 3rd.
Matsui さんってどうしていつもユニフォームなの？あれ松井だよな。多分な。あ、走った。どうして？ビタミンビンビンデカビタ。早いな。
The MLB Division Series on TBS is brought to you by Chevy, an American revolution, and by Lipitor.
Back in beautiful Philadelphia, where the Phillies have a 3-2 advantage as we head to the top half of the 4th inning. Rockies jumped out quickly with 2 runs on back-to-back home runs in the first for Tulowitzki and Holiday. Phillies on a home run from Rollins. And then a 2-run triple by Rollins. They have taken the 3-2 advantage over the Rockies. And it's Garrett Atkins who leads it off, then Brad Hopp and Ryan Spilborgh's expected in the inning. To left center field, and that is down. A gapper to the track of the wall. As Rowand is back to play it, and to second base goes Atkins with a leadoff double to begin things here in the 4th inning. Second straight inning, the Rockies have had a leadoff double. Phillies hitting coach Milt Thompson, and Milt, it's got to be a lot of fun to be around Jimmy Rollins this season, and really your entire offensive squad.
Yes, it's been special. These guys have been incredible all year. I mean, you know, we got down, we didn't get the job done yesterday, and we got down early today, and these guys just battled back. It's really incredible.
Milt, you had a tough day with the top of your order yesterday. What did you say to Chase Utley, for example, today to get him ready?
Just try to relax and try to get ready a little earlier and try to see the ball. I mean, basically that's it. I've always preached to these guys just to slow down. Just try to slow the game down. This game's so fast. You can try to jump at the ball, it gets you in trouble. So I'm just trying to get them to slow down.
Milt, thanks much.
You're welcome.
Milt Thompson, 13-year major leaguer. 5 of those years with the Phillies, a graduate of Howard University, his hometown of Washington, D.C. He's done a very good job this year with the Phillies offense. Brad Hopp, the batter, with Garrett Atkins at second base. Nobody out here in the top half of the 4th for the Rockies. A strike call.
Garrett Atkins just put a sweet swing on that pitch he hit to left center. Look how his head stayed down on the ball. Short stride. Use that open stance to his benefit there too. Solid hitter.
It's missing for ball 2, and it's 2-1 now to Brad Hopp. Hopp a walk in the 2nd inning.
Struck out 3 times yesterday.
To left field. Pat Burrell headed back at the track. Makes the catch right in front of the wall and quickly gets it back in. Hot shot, but Burrell got back there quickly to make the grab.
Pat Burrell's not known for his defense. He's known for his bat, but he made a good play there and got a good jump on that ball. Kendrick did an awesome job of pitching around a leadoff double in the 3rd inning, facing Tulowitzki, Holiday, and Helton. Retired all 3 of them. Trying to do the same here.
One down for Ryan Spilborghs. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. The Rockies so far 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position.
And it's worth repeating that in the postseason you just have to do the little things that help you win, including moving runners over. They didn't get it done in the 3rd, and Hopp didn't get it done here in the 4th.
Really unable to do it in the 2nd also after the leadoff walk by Brad Hopp. Spilborghs grounded into the fielder's choice. Then Torrealba and Morales were retired in the 2nd. They've had their chances. Spilborghs fouls it off, and it's a ball and a strike to the Rockies center fielder.
And as powerful as both of these lineups are with the long ball, in postseason, when you can add 1 run, and especially in this case when you're down a run for the Rockies, you've got to sacrifice yourself. You've got to shorten your swing up a little bit and do whatever it takes to get a guy to 3rd with less than 2 outs.
Swing and a miss. There are 7 hits in the game for the two teams, and none have been singles. Ball 2-2-2.
The thing you kept hearing repeated about Kyle Kendrick was that when he got in trouble, he knows how to make good pitches. He's confident in his sinker and slider to either side of the plate. Doesn't get strikeouts. He just gets outs.
In on the hands and popped up as he got jammed. Howard puts it away, 2 down.
That last pitch, a good case in point for Kendrick. Not overpowering, but location and movement. See Ruiz moving in late for the target, and that ball really riding in on Spilward's hands. Not able to get on top of it, just had to fight it off. Great job by Kendrick. Now what do you do here? First base open, pitcher on deck. They elected not to pitch around Holiday or Helton last inning. They're not going to pitch around Torrealba here, it appears. A bit surprising.
Well, first pitch strike to Torrealba as a look back for Jim Reynolds. Second straight inning. But the Rockies have had a leadoff double. They could not score Matsui. Couldn't even get him to third. We're in this inning, Garrett Atkins with a double, and now there are 2 outs in the inning, and he's not been advanced. 0 for 5 today with runners in scoring position. Not much timely hitting so far for Clint Hurdle's crew. Despite the back-to-back home runs in the first, that's been it. Just outside.
Didn't get the call this time on a pitch. You can see the target was well off the plate, though, and a good call by Jim Reynolds. Torrealba only hit .201 with runners in scoring position this year, but he seemed to get a lot of big hits for them, and now with the count in his favor, they are going to put him on.
They will take their chances with the pitcher, Franklin Morales. There's the second walk given up by Kendrick. First of the intentional variety. And a pinch hitter coming up, Seth Smith. So that's the day for Franklin Morales.
This guy's been amazing. Smith, see Morales' reaction to being taken out of the ball game, unhappy with his outing. But Seth Smith, after being in the minor leagues all year long and being one of the September call-ups, earned a spot on the postseason by going 5 for 8, 5 for 7 as a pinch hitter, including a big triple Monday night.
Well, he asked Clint Hurdle about some of the tough decisions he had to make, and there were some tough conversations he said he had to have with a couple of players when they got that big roster that they had on Monday, narrowed down to the guys that they could use here in the postseason, a 25-man. And this was one of the good conversations that Clint had, and that was with Seth Smith, who is on this postseason roster.
You know, you always, I'm sure, look forward as a manager to seeing someone's eyes light up when you tell them you made it.
Now here comes Seth Smith. Rich Doobie was to the mound to talk to Kyle Kendrick. It's a first and second 2-down situation.
And Clint Hurdle, more than anything else, not pleased with what he saw from Franklin Morales so far today. A battle for him. First 2 innings, and he hit a batter in the third. And he's going to try to get a run here. We've seen both bullpens busy. Neither manager willing to go that extra yard with young pitchers.
We're missing by much, but it's ball 2, 2-0. Seth Smith called up to the Rockies from their AAA team, the Colorado Springs, and came up on the 16th of September. With 317 with the Colorado Springs Sky Sox, 129 games. All back to the screen, and it's 2-1.
And kind of brought a hot swing with him to the big leagues in September. Hit 350 the last half of the year for Colorado Springs. Good low ball hitter. Just missed that one.
Atkins at second base, Torrealba at first base, 2 down. Smith squibs one down the third baseline. Helms had only one opportunity, and that was barehanded. And it glances off his bare hand, and reaching at first base is Seth Smith to load the bases for Colorado.
This guy's swinging a magic wand right now. Changeup that he just cued right off the end of the bat, and somehow, even with that spin, it stayed fair. In fact, it was kind of trickling back more toward fair territory than spinning toward foul territory. And here comes Charlie Manuel. Maybe he's gone as far as he wants to go with his young pitcher.
Well, Kyle Loesch has been up in the pen. And Kyle Kendrick giving him 3 2/3 innings. And both managers with the short leash today on their starting pitchers, as that's the day for Kendrick. With 2 outs here in the 4th inning, the Rockies have the bases loaded. The pitching change in game 2 of the series.
相手のチャンスを奪うためのグラブ350ドル、次の塁を奪うためのスパイク120ドル、ピッチャーの自信を奪うためのバット130ドル、アメリカのファンのハートを奪うことプライスレス。お金で買えない価値がある。買えるものはマスターカードで。マスターカードは MLB の公式スポンサーです。
Comes into a bases loaded 2-out situation. And we'll have to deal with Kaz Matsui with Garrett Atkins at third base, Yorvit Torrealba at second base, and Seth Smith at first. Both starters are chased from the game in the bullpens. They'll play big parts in today's action now as Kendrick chased from the game after 3 2/3. 5 hits, still responsible for all the men on. Walked 2, struck out 2.
Loesch got a good arm, low 90s with a good curveball.
Here's pitch inside to Matsui.
And he's been in the postseason before, Loesch, with the Twins, but not since 2004.
Matsui, a ground out and a double as he takes the strike.
The game 3 starters Saturday for the Phillies were a toss-up between Loesch and Jamie Moyer. I'd say you know who that's going to be now.
We now have our answer. Line down the right field line and foul. Up by a lot.
That had some hook on it and might have cleared the bases, but too much hooking action. And definitely foul. Matsui's power left-handed is down and in. Got to be careful. If you throw that breaking ball down there, he can hit it out too.
These Phillies fans hoping Kyle Loesch can get out of this jam. In the air to right field for Matsui. High, deep, and gone. A grand slam for Kaz Matsui. The Rockies' 3rd home run of the day. And just like that, they take The 6-3 advantage with one swing of the bat by their second baseman.
I don't think Kyle Loesch hurt me because they went down and in. They wanted it up, but down and in it was, and he golfed it out of here. And a huge turnaround in this ball game. Greets Kyle Loesch. And really no doubt about it, that was not a cheap one.
So the Rockies back on top again.
This crowd just went awfully silent.
Tulowitzki. Rollins to his left. In the dirt, but dug out nicely by Ryan Howard. A grand slam for Kaz Matsui has changed the complexion of this one. The Rockies are back on top 6-3.
When I hear the wind, it brings me whispers from far. My hoping eyes, dreaming heart.
音が進化した。人はどうですか？重低音とともに新世代ウォークマン。It's a Sony。
飲み比べてください。切れ味極めたビールです。高発酵、辛口、生。サントリードライ新発売。
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. I like Suntory Dry.
Marlins, Rockies, Moyer, Burley. And right now, it's the Rockies and Jamie Moyer that lead Mark Burley and the Marlins. Donnie Murphy, Burley, and then Jose Reyes. There's the changeup that comes in at 72.
The thing about their bullpen, too, is you know the Marlins will get into the Rockies bullpen. They have some hard throwers down there. So quite a contrast.
Murphy stroked a single to center, just his 4th hit of the season. 4 for 31. Hits that one and hits it pretty well. Gonzalez goes back. He makes kind of a nonchalant catch. He is good out there. Rockies manager that did not play in the big leagues.
You know, the ones we thought of, all the ones we thought of were players. We did not think of Jim Leyland, who when he left South Florida, he went to
Burley. It's fair. And Burley on his way to second has a double.
You brought up the point last time Burley was up, when he was up there trying to sacrifice. Moyer throws BP speed, and that's what pitchers are used to. So you almost feel like you could send a lineup up there with a bunch of pitchers in it. Of course, that's one of the few mistakes that Moyer's made. It was up, and Burley with a nice swing. Extra bases for Mark Burley.
Toyota Foxmo. That was a ball right there that had Major League Baseball passed what was in front of them for expanded replay. That's a play that could have been reviewed under the proposal, which was not passed, that replay could be expanded for fair or foul balls like that. Because that's not an easy call for an umpire. When it bangs off the wall, did it hit the line? Did it hit the side of the line? Reyes into center field. That's a base hit. Burley trucking to third. It gets by Fowler. Here comes Burley. He's going to score. And the Rockies have made a couple of errors behind Moyer. It's 4-2. Split.
Better.
And Peterson, that's the cut fastball. For the left-handed hitter, he'll start it right at the right hip.
Which, you know, it's amazing to me that all the video that is allowed to players, that players look at.
First artificial heart transplant. Dr. Robert Jarvik, 1969. Reyes on the move, and Hanley waits him out.
See, he's been able to lay off the stuff that's just out of the zone.
But he's also been aggressive enough that when Moyer comes across the plate, Kearns has jumped on him. Runners go. The throw behind second. Hanley's in there. And a double steal.
Hard guy to have the green light on, too. Because what you get is a changeup off the plate.
Well, here's the matchup. It's Stanton against Moyer. The 22-year-old slugger against the 49-year-old left-handed starter.
And right now, Giancarlo has to think like he thought in BP. Up the middle. Don't hit one of those squibbers off the end of the bat. We've seen that a couple of times. He squibbed foul.
Down low.
And be patient.
Reyes. Hanley Ramirez. Austin Kearns. Jim Tracy. The 1-0.
Ever since that first at bat, he's thrown more cutters in to Giancarlo.
Two and one.
.90 pitches already for Moyer.
Now the question is, does Stanton get something to hit 2-1? You know what?
The bottom line, he never gives you anything to hit.
And that pitch was well outside the zone, and Stanton, look at where it was, pitch number 4.
Season high 4 walks for Moyer. Who would tell you this hasn't been his best stuff out there?
Well, Ozzie again should know he faced him. He managed against him.
Ozzie faced him, yeah.
Two. Another foul ball off his foot.
See, he has so many choices. That was a breaking ball. He can go cutter in, or he can go backdoor cutter. Start it off the plate and try to catch that outside corner with the cutter.
This is great theater, though. Bags loaded. Stanton against Moyer. 2-2 count.
And again, if you look at box tracks, nothing is there except for pitch 5. That's it.
Crowd coming to their feet. Bags loaded. The 3-2 to Stanton. Driven to left. Deep. With the crowd on their feet and the bags loaded, Giancarlo Stanton, a 3-2 pitch, and he absolutely crushed it. The only question was, would it stay fair?
Well, I think the crowd wants him to come out, tip his hand. I think it hits the scoreboard up there. Oh, wow.
It did.
Wow.
Here comes Stanton for a curtain call.
There it is. There's the curtain ball. That away, Giancarlo.
He's knocked out, actually, a panel on the scoreboard. Giancarlo Stanton has broken a brand new scoreboard. It's 1-1. But there's no question as to where it landed now.
Cat가 dance. It's a sensation. Oh, fantastic. Wow, exciting. いい音だね。NEC Dynamic Sound CD500.
目よ、耳よ、これがニューワールドだ。リアル体感、エキサイティングホビーマシン PC エンジン、今 NEC から発信。
Tonight's Fun Cam is brought to you by the Lodge Casino, your first choice for fun. If you ain't having fun tonight and you wear purple pinstripes, go see a counselor tomorrow morning.
There might be one. There might be one. Listen.
Who's not having fun?
They're all having fun, but for the guys that don't have like 4 or 5 hits or the numbers that, oh my. First pitch swinging. Just missed it.
It does. He just missed it. High fly ball to right.
Everybody has decent numbers. Parra maybe not so much as a walk. Inside he's happy, but inside he might be a little down that he's the guy that's making all the outs.
John Ryan Murphy. Alex Avila stays in the game, so Goldschmidt comes out. We were talking during the commercial break, and you know, you see this every once in a while where a position player has to pitch. It's typically really late, like 8th inning. You know, just go and get 2 outs left. We're not going any. We have no one left in the bullpen. We don't want to use anybody else. Maybe pitch an inning late. I don't recall seeing a team have to use a guy in the 4th inning. That's what happened with Descalso. He got the final out of the 4th inning, and you're starting to think, all right, where are the other 12 outs going to come from?
Descalso's throwing a nice little slider. Oh, he's shaking off. Yeah, that's a good little pitch. 76 miles an hour under your hand, a little cut fastball. He's got Tony to swing and miss.
One-two on Walters, and a ground ball to 3rd. Lamb's got it. 2 outs. You got to hold back Mathis. That's why Murphy had to come in the game.
And for anybody at home, when you hear some of the unwritten rules, well, look at the score. It's 18-1. why are you swinging first pitch? Well, when it's position player on position player, you're just trying to help that guy not throw as many pitches as possible. You're not trying to keyhole anybody. You're just swinging. Oh my, he just hit a home run.
Going 10 rows deep, left center field.
You might as well just hand Herman a silver slugger when he comes to home plate.
He brought a 300 average into the ball game. He hit that a mile. 19-1.
A little cement mixer, that ball got destroyed.
First career home run for Herman. Daniel knew. DJ's going to fly out to center field to end the fifth. The Rockies have scored in every inning, 19-1. First pitcher to hit home runs since Jon Gray hit one last July.
So it gets to 7 and think of nothing. We're living in darkness, and the diamond lady, well, she's not telling. Don't even know her name. It's amazing.
かげろうもゆる都会の中であなたは夢か幻か純
Mama says the truth is all that matters. Light of the sea, medicine.
私は美しさにおいて妥協はしない。富士の新 AV テープスーパー HG 登場。
The Professional.
It was at Yankee Stadium. Dodgers for the Brooklyn neighbor trying to win a World Series against the Yanks. Eddie Roebuck, sidearm right-hander, sinker baller. Great guy to come out of the bullpen and a great guy to have in the ball club. Here's Howie Kendrick, then Ellison Barnes. 1 ball and no strikes. One and one. Kendrick, the only Dodger to really hit the ball hard, but Nolan Arenado was there to handle it. Dodgers had Hernandez single to lead off the game, and Gonzalez grazed by a pitch. That's it. Rusin comes right back with a strike. 1 and 2. Dodgers 4 games above 500, and that's because they've been very successful of late at home. On the road, they're a break-even 15 and 15, and they're going on the road to San Francisco and Arizona. Then they'll come home, a 4-game series with Milwaukee, and then 3 with the Washington Nationals. The Nationals 3.5 in front of the Mets. They've won 35 games. The Cubs are the winningest team in the majors. The Cubs have won 40. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And bad ball. He went after it. Down he goes. In direct contrast to Maeda, who has 8 strikeouts, Rusin has 2. And here's A.J. Ellis, grounded to third. 0 for 1. For Rusin, he is pitching certainly the best game of the year. He came here with an earned run average of 4.6 and with a record of 1 and 4. But boy, he's on his game tonight. 1 ball and no strikes to A.J. That's in there for a strike. 1-1. For Rusin, he made only 50 pitches through the first 4 innings, including a 9-pitch third inning. Maeda, through his 5 innings, has made 70 pitches. But of course, that's because he's been striking out everybody to have 8. Two and 1. And a line drive base hit to left field. Parra over to pick it up. So AJ comes up with the Dodgers' second hit, and that will bring up Austin Barnes.
For 28, Austin Barnes.
Austin Barnes made a good play on that ground ball off the bat of Adames, stepping on the bag and getting his throw off in time. Austin just called up from Oklahoma City. I'm sure he has a lot of friends and family here. He now lives in Corona. His uncle is Mike Gallego. You may remember Mike played in the big leagues for over 13 years. Three and 2 again. Ellis not going again, and it's ball 4. So that's his first walk. Remember, Rusin also hit a batter, Nick Gonzalez. Hundley out to talk to Chris. And Kenta Maeda coming up. So Maeda checking. Do they want him to bunt even though there is one out? Stay out of the double play and hope Hernandez can get lucky? Or will they have him swinging away? We'll find out in a moment. Maeda with the bat has 1 sacrifice. So we'll see what Roberts wants. The Rockies are going to be conservative. They'll have Adames trying to hold Ellis on at second. Arenado is even with the bag at third, and Descalso ready to charge the plate. Maeda shows bunt and gets it down. A beauty. Arenado's only play is to first. There are 2 Rockies there, and they miss the bag. Wow. Rusin, the pitcher, went over. Descalso was there, and Tommy Reynolds is on the phone checking with the videographer. So Arenado plenty of time, and then looks and says, wait a minute, who do I give it to? Well, he gave it to the taller of the 2, Rusin, who was off the bag. Look at this. And Rusin has to come off. If Descalso had been allowed, he would have caught it. Oh, what an embarrassing moment for a big league club. That is 1 for the books. So the bases are loaded. Fouled at the plate, 0-1. We'll check to see how in the world they are ruling that. They haven't said anything yet. You know, at one time they were talking about having a special category called a team error. The error is going to be charged at Descalso, and all he did was stand on the bag. Wow. Anyway, they were talking about a category. How about a team error? That would have been a classic team error. Instead, they give it to the most innocent, and that's Descalso, because he was where he should have been. So we'll see just how big that error is, but the error really was Rusin getting over there to confuse. So the bases are loaded. Still 1 out. Good sinker. 1-2. Hernandez single to left. In case you wonder, he has 1 grand slam. He hit it against Washington. And look at those numbers with bases loaded. 1-2 to Kike Hernandez. Ellis, Barnes, Maeda are all out there. 2-2. Instead of 2 out, runners at second and third. You have the bases loaded with 1 out. A nightmare for Walt Weiss. Ellis, Barnes, and Maeda out on the lines. 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed. So Hernandez strikes out. Third strikeout for the Dodgers.
Third baseman, Justin Turner.
Good slider down and in. And now here comes Turner. Justin Turner flied to center, grounded to short. Has been very successful, as you can see, with the bases loaded. No grand slams. He is 1 for 5 in this situation this year. Ellis at third, Barnes at second, Maeda at first, and ball 1. Nice save by Nick Hundley. Nick doing a great job. That's a textbook play. Nothing fancy. You don't try to backhand the ball. You shift your body. You face the heart of the mitt towards the mound. You're on your knees and you just make sure it doesn't get by. Good play. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball 2. So now Rusin has to throw some strikes. In the inning, Kendrick struck out. Ellis single to left. Barnes walked. Maeda bunted. Arenado threw to first, and Rusin and Descalso was there. Descalso should have been there, and Rusin intercepted the throw, and yet they gave Descalso an error. So now 2-0 the count to Turner. No score in the 5th inning. I'm still trying to figure out how they gave Descalso the error. I mean, he never touched the ball. He stood on the bag waiting for the throw. 2-0 is fouled away. Two and 1. Here's that play. There's Rusin. There's Descalso, and Rusin just interfered. Oh, I'm sorry. In saying Rusin, I just noticed it's another tall LeMahieu. Okay, so LeMahieu gets the error for intercepting the throw, and that makes a heck of a lot of more sense. 2 and 1. Fouled away. So check the scoring, take that away from Descalso, and the error is LeMahieu. Meanwhile, bases loaded. Hello there, Dynamite. Oh, don't cry. Two balls and 2 strikes. Ground foul. So Rusin had made only 50 pitches through 4 innings, and he has made 29 pitches here in the 5th. So in a wild game, Adrian waiting on deck. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 3 on, and it's in the dirt. So 30 pitches in the inning for a pitcher who had only 9 pitches in the 3rd inning and 12 pitches in the 2nd. Walt Weiss dying a little, I'm sure. The inning should be over except for that mess at first base. 3 and 2, runners go. Ground ball to Arenado, who winds up and zings it to first for the out. So with all of it, the Dodgers get a base hit, they get a walk. There was an error, had the bases loaded and come up empty. And at the end of 5, it's still no score.
新しいマスタックスはまたまた取れつく感。
どうしてかな。
なんでやろう。リモコンがね、取れてつくから取れつくコン。一緒に見ようねマスタックス。暮らしを豊かに、日立のヒント商品です。
The Rockies will try to get after him in the 8th inning with the top of the order, Tapia, Story, and Dahl.
Tapia had the great at bat in the 3rd inning. The ground rule, almost a ground rule double. And scored Tony Wolters with 2 outs. Tapia looking to get on base to set the table for the rest of the guys in this 8th inning.
Change up, ball 1. Hard on the ground through the left side, a leadoff single for Tapia. Second hit of the night for Raimel.
Good piece of hitting by Raimel. Gets a fastball down and away. Breaks his bat. Shoots it opposite field. No chance for Ahmed Rosario to make a play. How about Antonio Senzatella? 2.0 ERA over his last 3 starts.
He's getting outs on the ground, despite the fact that he's got the low strikeout percentage. He didn't strike anybody out in 6 innings, but he has a 2-1 lead. That's most important.
Even if Tapia doesn't steal this base, at least it's putting enough pressure on the Mets defense that maybe pulls Gagnon's thought process off of Trevor Story. I correct myself, Gagnon.
Drew Gagnon. I pronounced it wrong. I apologize. Trevor the double left center field with 2 outs in the 5th. Dahl had a good at bat behind him before flying out. Tapia dives back in.
I want to see what happens when he gets to the go zone.
When you get to the go zone, you go. That's why it's the go zone.
That's why Ron Gideon's telling him, get out there. It really does make such a huge difference to get that extra 6 inches to a foot on your lead.
There's a comfort zone, though, isn't there?
It really is. You feel like you're going to get picked off.
Runner going, and the throw is low. Safe under the tag is Tapia. Part of the game plan tonight, running against the Mets. They have not done a very good job of throwing guys out. And Gagnon to the plate there, Spilly, was under 1-3. Now that he might have tagged the helmet, but the helmet wasn't attached to the body at that point in time. Watch again. This is interesting. Helmet off the body.
No, I don't think he got any of his hair either.
Yeah.
That'd be a weird way to get called out.
It would be. Mets will not challenge. So a runner at second, nobody out for Story. Gagno gets the strikeout.
14 strikeouts now for the Rockies hitters. Kind of expected when you face a staff that many people at the beginning of the season looked at it. This was one of the better run preventions, high strikeout pitching staffs in baseball. But they have not lived up to the full billing yet.
Here's Dahl. Walk, single, fly ball to center. Inside at 94, ball one on David.
Gagno has been around a couple different organizations. You see where David Dahl's hit streak ranks right now in the National League. Originally drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers from Long Beach State in the 3rd round in 2011.
This ball hammered high and deep right field, way back and gone. Upper deck, 2-run shot. David Dahl and the Rockies lead it 4-1 in New York. Number 6 on the season for Dahl. That ball was clipped.
Right off the bat, David knew he got it. He knew this ball was never coming back. Short swing. Look at the follow through and the finish. That's sweet. Jeff Hoffman loves it. Dugout loves it.
Nolan takes low. What a strong night. What a strong month. What a strong season for David Dahl. And Buddy's had to move him around defensively, and sometimes that, can mess with a guy on the other side of things, right, Spilly? I mean, he's primarily played left, but now in the absence of Blackman, he's played right. He spells Desmond in center. Brings his bat every night, brings a good glove every night.
Well, it's nice when you get to come to the yard and you know that you're hitting in the middle of the lineup.
This ball is in the air to deep left center field. It will be tracked down by Lagares. 2 outs. Charlie Blackman informing David Dahl that he's been a really good baseball player tonight. In the language of Chuck Nasty. Daniel Murphy 1 for 3 tonight.
I know a lot of people are always wondering, what are the players asking each other? Well, in that case right there, what it looks like is David says, hey, how many rows back did that one land in the second deck? And Charlie's going to go, really? That's what you care about? He's like, well, what else? I knew it was a fastball and I blasted it. How far back did it go?
That or Spilly's creating a conversation. Fouled off. But
I'm sure if Jenny interviews David Dahl.
That's what it was about, huh?
And say, hey, David, what did you and Charlie talk about after you hit the home run? And he's going to say, I want to know how far it went.
And Ionetta's informing him, not as far as the ball I hit at Coors Field last week.
Yeah.
2-2 on Murphy. 364 averages last 15 ball games for Daniel. So the Mets don't re-sign him. And he, especially in Washington, just tortured the Mets. This is hitting the air to deep right field. It's got a chance to fly. Home run, Daniel Murphy. And you know the 27,000 plus are going to boo now. 5-1 Colorado, peppering the seats. Murphy has done it again against his former team.
Oh, it's a changeup down and in. Murphy 2 hits on the day and loves it. Check him out, strutting it down the first baseline. Mets fans threw that baseball back onto the field. They went Cubs fans on him.
Right on. Yeah, right on. He was right on the money. Up and in on Desmond. Rockies have opened up a 4-run lead. Murphy's 5th of the year. Change up 1-1. Gagnon has come in, and the Rockies have gone deep. Oh, and that's not going to please Desmond.
Well, looks like we are going to have some.
Yep,
we're going to have some benches.
The benches are going to clear, and the bullpens are going to come in.
Well, and he just rolled the ball right past Desmond.
He came up and in initially, and then he squared him up in the back. Todd Frazier trying to play peacemaker.
Well, it's not like the Rockies, any of their guys showed up Gagnon at any point.
No. They're paid to hit the baseball. They hit it in the seats, and they jogged around the bases. And you know what? Ian Desmond had a right to be ticked off. One up and in, and then one squared him up in the back. The umpires are going to get together and determine whether or not Drew Gagnon is going to continue. And now Desmond on the first base line, there's still a conversation going on. And teams marching back out. Ian Desmond and Todd Frazier, you saw Frazier come over and slap on the backside. Those two guys are good friends.
Desmond's staying in the middle of it.
Yeah.
He's having a conversation with whoever.
It only takes, Spill, you've been in that situation. It only takes one guy to pop off and escalate it again.
And corks the fastball right into Ian Desmond's back. Ian's saying, what are you doing? Why are you coming after me?
First guy over the top step, Daniel Murphy. Spilly, you played a long time, man. There's intent there.
Well, watch Gagnon roll the ball right past Ian Desmond. I thought that's the part that would bother me more than anything. He's saying it's not personal, then why roll the ball right past me?
産用の SVHS。
It's happening!
彼は光る円盤になってやってきた。5種類の光ディスクが1台で楽しめる。聴く音楽から見る音楽まで、ソニーマルチディスクプレイヤー、今プレゼント実施中。
It's a Sony。
音楽見物 CD からレーザーディスクまで楽しめるマルチディスクプレイヤー。
It's a Sony。
Here is Matt Reynolds making his 5th appearance in the big leagues, and he's been very good, George, so far.
He's been outstanding. Kidding, he's been one of those guys that just goes out and pounds the strike zone. 4 strikeouts and only 1 walk. Does it with a 90-92 mile-an-hour fastball. Very good slider. He's got a little bit of a tough task here. He's got a veteran at the plate with a very good eye. And he's got a big bat waiting in the on-deck circle, and Tracy not with a right-hander up, so I'd like to see a double play. You don't bring Ramirez into it.
Here's the 1-0. In there for strike 1-1. Something interesting about the numbers you just saw. You saw the batting average, that he's not given up a hit against a right-handed batter, but let me delve a little deeper for you. Lefties 1 for 6, righties 0 for 9 against Matt Reynolds. 20th round pick in 2007. He's ahead 1-2.
Well, he's got all the weapons, and he commands them both very well. He's got a split finger. You just saw it there at 83 miles an hour to go along with a pretty good slider and fastball.
Loney at third, Carroll at first. A run in here in the 6th inning for LA. And this is fouled off by Osmonds. Brad has caught the 6th most games in the history of Major League Baseball. Does that give you any idea how long he's been around? Broke in with the Padres in '93. That misses. He's part of the expansion draft of the Colorado Rockies in '92. And then the Rockies sent him in July to San Diego. Just missed. 3-2. There's Manny on deck. And that misses. So the bases are loaded for Ramirez. Clearly, here's the Dodgers' chance. One out. Bases jammed with Ramirez coming up. 8-2 Colorado. Ramirez struck out yesterday in a pinch hitting role. He's 1 for 11.
2 for 4 with the bases loaded this year for Ramirez.
Reynolds looking in at a guy who may have his baseball card at home. Delayed strike call, and Ramirez looks back and is saying something to Gary Cederstrom. He just got tossed out. He just got tossed out on the first pitch of the at-bat with the bases loaded. However angry he may have been, he just hurt his team badly.
Yes, he did, and all he did was mention that the pitch was away, but it's how he must have said it to Gary Cederstrom, and now he will be gone. And Maybe that's a situation that's only going to help Ned Colletti make that decision to let him go on a waiver claim.
And that operative phrase, George, he may be gone in more ways than one. You're right.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Let's look at the pitch coming in from Matt Reynolds. Thought it was off the plate. The fourth strike zone thought it was off the plate. Why is that pitch any different than a pitch that walked to Osmus that he didn't call a strike? So now they'll have to go to their bench. They're going to have to get somebody else. Reed Johnson, another guy has a little bit of pop in his bat. There's Joe Torre and Don Mattingly. Neither one of those guys got off the bench to go defend anyone. It hurts his team an awful lot because Ramirez gets tossed. But what you do now, if they were to happen to get back into this ball game, the bench is depleted now to a backup catcher and a backup infielder, Belliard and Johnson. Barajas.
I don't know if I've ever seen that on the first pitch of a count. We've seen guys get tossed out arguing balls and strikes. It's usually a third strike, to be honest. I think I've seen it maybe in the middle of a count. I've never seen it on the first pitch. And especially in that situation, Dodgers are down 6. The bases are loaded. Clearly their opportunity to get back in the ball game. One pitch and Manny gets run. 1-1 on Reed Johnson, who just adopted the count. And a weak ground ball to second. EY has it, touches the bag on the first, double play. Reynolds gets out of it. The inning will be remembered for Manny Ramirez's one-pitch ejection.
バイト先に出す履歴書をワープロで打つ。我ながら立派な人物に見えます。
きちんと見える、見てくれる。日本語ワープロヒットビットワード。
It's a Sony.
Hitbit は知性のある星に生まれた MSX2 になって新登場。この進化はほんの始まりに過ぎない。
It's a Sony.
Santiago Casilla is 5 for 5 in save opportunities, 8 innings, 7 strikeouts to go along with 4 walks. Right-handers have hit .278 with a home run, and he'll get Nick Hundley to start things off. And Hundley in his career 2 for 9. DJ LeMahieu will follow. He's 1 for 6.
Billy, you face Casilla. He's kind of an under-the-radar guy.
Under the radar, like under 100 miles an hour?
Yeah.
This guy, we knocked out Tim Lincecum years ago in the 4th or 5th inning, and they brought this guy in throwing 100. And we're like, bring Timmy back. You kidding me?
Yeah, first pitch, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Came back here with a little more heat. And he's able to fight it off.
He's got a little natural sink, arm side run to the fastball. Okay secondary pitches, but it's just, you have that uncomfortable feeling when you're facing a guy like Casilla where you got arms, legs, he kind of crossfires, the ball moves, it's coming at a high rate of velocity.
Just like you like it.
That's a base hit. Nick Hundley. Fine run aboard.
You got to do what you got to do. Good fastball away. He just threw his bat out at it, out of the reach of Duffy. And safe at first base. You got DJ, one of the hottest hitters. Stubbs in the on-deck circle.
Strike one on LeMahieu. DJ a single and a run scored back in the 2nd. Came came into the game leading baseball at .414. Most guys, when you go 1 for 3, the average goes up. His goes down.
He just has to get another hit right here.
Like that. And this will get Hundley to third base with 1 out. Now a decision for Walt Weiss, a decision you wouldn't have had to have made last year because Drew Stubbs was terrific, but he's been in a horrendous slump since mid-March. But he will go to the plate. He has Descalso and McHenry as well, but he's short an outfielder. Though Descalso could run out there. There's a swing by DJ.
Yeah, coming in with nobody out, and all of a sudden 2 base hits, and one soft to right, one hard back up the middle. And you know what? This is a great moment for Stubbs. Maybe it turns it up a notch. Maybe he turns that adrenaline up a second hair and all of a sudden comes up with a ball. Even if it's a ground ball in the infield that they can't turn the double play because of his speed, and the tying run scores.
Well, you said it right there. He has to put the ball in play.
Inside ball 1, which is a little bit of a victory for Drew because, Spill, you've been in these slumps before and you feel like you're 0-2 every time you walk up there.
Every time, and he's already down to strike. It's one of those things where I got to get out of this funk. I got to get a pitch out over the plate, and I'm already 0-2.
Yeah, they did call. Let me correct that. They did call that
I
strike.
thought he called it a ball.
I thought he called it a ball.
Man.
Yeah, that's when you're saying I'm staying hot right here.
Ground ball will get the run home the way Stubbs runs.
He didn't touch it.
How about that? Like
Drew
the doctor ordered it.
Stubbs got it in play to tie up the game. How good a feeling that's got to be for Drew.
You just want to feel like you want to contribute to the team.
DJ did a really wise move on the base pass there, Spilly.
He did a great job there. It could very easily, Duffy could have tagged DJ and thrown it over to first and maybe got the double play. DJ running out of the base path took Duffy away from that throw and was able to give Stubbs enough time to be safe at first.
Yeah, let's credit Drew Stubbs. He's busting it. I mean, you look at those long strides. They got no shot at first. You got a tie ball game.
You run Stubbs here?
Well, why not? Because you got the top of the order. If he beats the throw, he's safe. Now he's in scoring position. If not, Charlie leads off the inning. You got a tie ball game.
Well, you can see it is slow to the plate.
Or Charlie just hit a home run. Either one, dude. You know.
Make it a lot cleaner.
I got the run umbrella right here, spinning around.
Are you spinning,
it works,
Mary?
Billy.
Yeah,
Mary, spin it, Mary Poppins. Come on.
Outside.
Not only that, I know Belt's in the lineup now, but when they double switched out, Buster Posey came out of the lineup. So that's a big bat out of that lineup.
Two outs, 4-4 game, bottom of 9. Drew Stubbs at first base. There goes Stubbs, and the throw by Susak, and Stubbs falls off the bag, out. Wow.
He get hurt there?
I don't know. It looked funny.
That was that's not a Drew Stubbs slide. I'm telling you right now. That's something happened there.
He's holding his
That
ankle.
was weird.
He had the bag, and he rolled over it on the slide. We will go extra innings at Coors Field.
Ooh, man, that, ow.
GameCube. ゼルダの伝説、風のタクト、マリオパーティー4。GameCube。
Anytime you get a my oh my out of Dave Niehaus, you know you've done something. And that was Ichiro on that magical night back in 2004. That was his best season. He would end up with 262 hits. Of course, that hit passing the great George Sisler for most hits in a season. Sisler's family was there, and Ichiro, after that hit went over, greeted them. A very emotional scene for both of them. There is Dietrich. He takes a breaking ball in. Today, Ichiro is 0 for 3. He's bounced out twice and struck out. Dietrich is 2 for 3, a couple singles. Flips that one foul and out of play.
We'll talk about what Ichiro had to basically endure. Being the first position player from your country to come over, and there was a lot of talk about, well, the Japanese players are good, but they're not strong enough, they're not big enough, they don't know if they can handle the major league game because they're not that strong. Well, he not only had to bear that and produce.
Dietrich lifts it to left, and Dahl is over in there, and he gets it.
But he also had to overcome that, well, he may be good for a player from Japan. No, he's just good for any baseball player.
Well, in 2001, when he won the MVP, he quickly quieted that talk down. But you're right. Ichiro himself said when he arrived, he felt an enormous amount of pressure, not from Major League Baseball, not from anybody in America, but from his country and the league that he had played in for his first 9 years.
The ramifications of failure were much greater for him because of the guys that came after him.
Ichiro now against Rusin. He's one hit away, and he takes out. His father was the one that taught him how to hit. He started when he was 7. You talk about pressure. When he got to high school, his father told his high school coach, don't praise him. We want to make him spiritually strong. The 2-0. Ichiro to right and deep. Back goes Parra to the wall, and it's off the wall. 3,000 is in right field, and Ichiro is racing for third. And he's done it. He's climbed the mountain. A triple. And he has arrived at 3,000. Parra made a leap for it and couldn't get it.
Baseball history made today. Came over as a 27-year-old as a rookie and has made it to 3,000 hits. He paved the way for the position players to come over here from Japan, and now he has paved his own path to Cooperstown.
Only the second in this club, which now has 30 members. Only the second to do it in 16 seasons. Rose is the other.
队友一个个冲上三垒垒包，经历了整整21个年头的打拼，铃木一朗终于在美国时间8月7号对上洛基的比赛，用全力冲刺的3垒安打，写下了美职3000安的里程碑。哪怕是在客场，见证史上第30位3000安俱乐部成员的一刻，不得不赞赏。
Baseball history made today.
脱帽接受 Coors Field 和不分敌我的对手队友欢呼。铃木一朗不但是史上第2位用3垒安打写下3000安的成员，更是史上第4位非美籍的3000安俱乐部会员。 今天前3打席无功而返，最後趕在7局前達成了歷史性的一刻。伊朗展現了難得的喜悅。
いやもう3打席目までは自分の体がもうジャスティン・ボアみたいな重さだったんで、もう本当軽くなりました体が。
达成纪录还不忘偷表一下队友，伊朗轻松心情真的难能可贵。回首这追逐3000安的历程，铃木一朗不管先发、替補，7000多个日子如一日的全力出击。这一天，他把3000安的荣耀和价值留给了关心的人和球迷。
No more than the 30,000, the number itself, but you saw my teammates come out and how happy they were, and the fans and how warm they were. It's not about just the 3,000 and what I did, but it's about my teammates and the fans, and that's how I felt today.
进入3000俱乐部虽然值得高兴，但更让伊朗关心的依旧是球队赢球这件事。确定拿到古博镇的会员证，伊朗依旧是伊朗。未来的目标就是继续敲出第3001支安打。明日新闻综合报道。
飲むジャイブ超微糖
甘くないのがグッドです。
時刻は9月17日午後11時51分を回ったところ、ロッキーズゼロが8回まで8つ並んで得点ゼロ、 H のところもゼロ。場内からスタンディングオベーション。アウェーのコロラドロッキーズファンから野茂にこの9回のピッチング、大きな記録への声援が送られます。今シーズンのメジャーリーグのノーヒットノーランは5月17日フロリダマーリンズのアルライター対ロッキーズ戦、5月14日ヤンキーズのルッテンがマリナーズ戦、そしてドジャースの記録を振り返りますと、昨シーズンの95年7月14日にマルチネスがノーヒットノーラン、オールスター明けの初戦のことでした。ロサンゼルスに移ってドジャースノーヒッターノーヒットノーランは9人、ブルックリン時代のノーヒッターノーヒットノーランは10人、合わせてこのドジャーブルーのユニフォームで19人のノーヒッターが生まれています。8回までの野茂英雄101球、ヒットは0、フォアボール4つ、三振7つ。野茂の今シーズンの完投は4月8日のドジャースタジアムでのブレーブス戦、9回115球を投げて完封。次の4月12日戦マーリンズ戦も9回を投げてヒット3本で三振17を取って完投勝利。それ以降9回投げ切ったことはありません。9回の裏ロッキーズは1番セカンドのヤングから。村上さん、はい、ヤングが大きな鍵を握ると
握りますね、しかし打ちたいためにねボールを打ってくれますよね。
つまりフォアボールではダメなわけですね。
そうなんです、
ロッキーズ側としては、
だから打ちたいんですよ。それだけにねフォークのボール球に手を出してくるんですよ。
デシールス、ケアラス、ワンアウト。2番のセンターマクラッケン。ツーアウト。
さあいよいよですね。
あとアウト1つで大きな記録。ブルックリン時代は10人、そしてロサンゼルスに来てからはドジャース9人、合わせてノーヒッターは19人。ドジャースとしては去年7月14日マルチネス以来のノーヒッターになります。3番のレフトのバークス、場内がスタンディングオベーションです。
ただこのバークスに対してはね、非常に脳はね燃えてますよね。バークスもこれで終わりたくないと思いますからね、この勝負は見ものですね。
10打数3安打、両者の対決。
さあ野茂ノーヒットノーランに向けてあとアウト1つ。バッターは3番のバックス。ファルワンエンドワン。村上さん、はい、野茂の今の心境は？
もう最高に気合入ってるでしょう、ね、絶対にやるんだという気持ちあると思いますよ。アウェイで応援されるっていう、ね、ことは、ね、非常に、ね、幸せですね。
3番のバークス、ツーアウトランナーありません。9回時刻は今9月17日午後11時56分。まもなく曜日が変わります。2エンド2、9回ツーアウトまでノーヒット、もちろんノーラン。3番のバークス、2エンド2。去年のマルティネスに続いてのノーヒッターまであとアウト1つ。空振り三振、スリーアウト。ノーヒットノーラン達成の野秀夫。村上さん、はい、クワーズフィールドのロッキーズファンからもスタンディングオベーションが起きました。そして野茂も本当にガッツポーズをしました。今まで表情を押し殺してました。ウォレスピッチングコーチとの抱き合って、そしてウォレルとも抱き合って、村上さんも1964年、65年、日本人としてフロンティアとしてメジャーのマウンドを踏みました。村上さんも成し得なかった大きな記録を今後輩の野茂がやりました。
素晴らしい、本当におめでとう、本当におめでとう。
野茂に送る言葉を。
いや、もうね、もう何と言っていいか分かりませんけど、何しろよく頑張ってここまでやってくれると思いますね。本当におめでとうございます。
And he shuts them down completely. 3 plays. Gagne on the ground ball by Galarraga. Mondesi on the drive by Castilla. And Nomo on the comebacker by Burks.
ご覧のようにハンディパソコンといえばハンディ98です。ご覧のようにハンディパソコンといえばハンディ98です。ご覧のようにハンディ98新登場。
Chris Rusin in the 9th inning. The same guy that started. Gotta like that. Matt Kemp, Justin Upton, Jed Jerko in the 9th inning. Kemp, a base hit in the 6th inning to keep his hitting streak alive. Now a 9-gamer for Kemp. Rusin has been quick and efficient. He's thrown only 94 pitches here as he begins the 9th inning. And the first pitch is in there for a strike.
You know it's nice for him when he looks up at the scoreboard before he trots out to say we've got a 5-0 lead.
Takes a little bit of the heat off, doesn't it?
Just a touch.
A lot more margin for error, and that's a strike as well.
Chad Bettis twice this year, back-to-back starts, in fact, went at least 8 innings.
And this is hitting the air to shallow right, coming on Cargo. The wind got a piece of it a little bit. He's got it, 1 out.
Well, the first 10,000 fans through the gates next Sunday will receive a Jorge De La Rosa bobblehead. Get your tickets to this game against the Mets today, August 23rd, first 10,000 fans. So Chad Bettis in back-to-back starts in May Had 8 innings against San Francisco, and then remember that gym in Philadelphia where he went 8 1/3?
Yeah, and again, if you missed it, Chad threw a rehab start last night, 3 1/3 innings. He was limited by pitch count, pitched very, very well in New Britain. Quick strike on Justin Upton, 0 for 2 and a walk. No swing, 1-1. Pulled foul. It's time for our CenturyLink link to what's next. Let's check the upcoming schedule. Tomorrow's an off day for the Rockies. Washington will be in the middle of the week for 3, and then the Mets on the weekend, and then the Rockies will head to Atlanta for 3. They'll be off in Pittsburgh on Thursday, 3 against the Pirates, before returning home back in the NL West, Diamondbacks and Giants. Swung on and missed. 2 gone in the 9th inning for Chris Rusin. That is his 3rd strikeout of the ball game.
He's going to the quick pitch for effectiveness, and he did on this to Justin Upton. All up in the zone, tardy swing.
Fouled off by Jerko at the plate. Jets 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a line out.
Chris can get this complete game shutout. It'll be the first time since Tyler Matzik last year against these same San Diego Padres.
So last time the Rockies had a complete game of 9 innings as well. It would just be the 3rd shutout for the Rockies as a team this year. They've been shut out 7 times. This is fouled off, and he's 1 strike away.
103 pitches, doesn't even look like he's worked up a sweat.
Inside. One and 2 on Jerko. 2 outs in the 9th inning. The Rockies up 5-0. Give Mike McHenry some credit too. He's caught a terrific ball game, called a very good ball game, as he typically does.
Very few shakeoffs.
The 1-2. 2 and 2. Rusin at 105 pitches. Couple of shakes, and now for the first time today they'll meet at the mound.
You want to make sure you get it right.
Yeah, think back to the bases loaded situation, the balk that wasn't a balk, and throughout that, Steve Foster, who, by the way, happy birthday, Steve Foster, the Rockies pitching coach, turned 49 today. He had so much confidence in how Chris had been throwing. He didn't feel it necessary to come out. And Rusin, true to form, handled the situation. Here's the birthday boy. Here's the 2-2. Swung out and missed. Held by McHenry. Ball game over. Complete game shutout for Chris Rusin. Congratulations, his first career complete game. What a gem.
ワイヤレスリモコンウォークマン実現
It's a Sony.
Joe! プロの香り Joe コクも苦味も本格派アサヒの缶コーヒー Joe 新登場
Who Wants Tacos fans, follow us at ATT Sportsnet RM on Twitter to receive alerts for the Rockies Taco Special when the Rockies score 7 or more in a game. David Dahl against Brandon Klein. Klein has faced 5 hitters in this series. He has struck them all out. So his manager, Brandon Hyde, said, you know what? You stay in there.
He does not have a major league save. Last year, at 2 at high A, which is Frederick, and then 15 at double A Bowie.
He's playable in left. Actually, it'll be Broxton in left center, 1 out. I'll bring up the hitting star this weekend, Nolan Arenado. He's got 4 jacks in the series, including a 2-run home run in the 6th inning, which gave the Rockies a 3-1 lead. They get 2 more in the 6th to take a 5-1 lead with German Marquez on the mound, and it looked like it was going to be a cruise control victory for the Rockies. German left with 1 out in the 7th, got painted up a little bit after that, and then 3 runs in the 8th inning against Brian Shaw and Scott Oberg.
For German, 2 of the runners inherited scored, so that's what nicked that earned run average.
And a base hit for Nolan. He will not go quietly into the sunset. He'll bring up Murphy.
Just a solid single for Nolan. That swing never gets old watching it. I was just kind of looking down at the... Okay, I was just wondering it because they have their left-hander Paul Fry warming up. I just didn't know if he's going to let Klein face Murphy. There's the signal.
1 out, tying run aboard. Murphy coming up. (7-6). Chris Irwin, normally behind the camera. He's enjoying a date with his wife. You know Chris is going to hang in there, man. He is a sports fan through and through, hoping for a Rockies 9th inning rally like all of us. And after the base hit by Nolan, Paul Fry, 2 left-handers they have in their bullpen, he's in to face Daniel Murphy. Well, Mark Reynolds is going to wander out on deck here in a moment.
I don't think lefties really phase Daniel Murphy much. Fry this year, just 3 hits given up to lefties. 3 for 27.
Daniel's in a good place. Officially, he's 1 for 4 today, but as we've been discussing, he's starting to swing the bat like Daniel Murphy. Big gap, Huey in right center field. That single for Nolan, he now not only has an extra base hit in 6 straight, 2 off the club record, longest of his career, he also now has 6 straight multi-hit games. He is some kind of locked in. Right now he wants to work on his track game.
He wants to make sure the legs.
Yeah, he wants to go.
He wants to show those off.
He wants to sprint from first to the plate. Or jog from first to the plate. Probably no one prefer to jog. 3-1.
think a light jog would be nice for him and Daniel. Looks like Michael Givens is up now for the Orioles, the right-hander, who was the loser on Friday night.
3-1. Ball 4. And now the winning run reaches. And Nolan will go to second. And Mark Reynolds, he's got a few at bats under the hood, getting ready to come up. But it'll be Michael Givens summoned for the bullpen by Brandon Hyde. The plot thickens. Michael Givens, with 2 on and 1 out, will face Mark Reynolds. And I was wondering if the Rockies would pinch run for Daniel Murphy, and they're going to, with Jeff Hoffman. You know, again, shorter bench, so you can't really go with a position player. Blackman is unavailable. Because if he was available, he'd be taking this at bat.
So it either had to be Hoffman or maybe Kyle Freeland. That, to me, those are the 2 choices you would have.
Yeah, 2 starters who legitimately run really well. 1-0 on Mark. Did he hold up?
I think he did.
Yep, 2-0.
Well, Givens has lost 3 straight appearances.
Talked about the mental side of this game a few moments ago, right?
Yeah.
Michael Givens had against the Yankees, the walk-off walk. Aaron Hicks, he couldn't throw a strike and bases loaded. And then, of course, what we just showed you when Trevor went deep.
8 earned runs in the last 3 games for him.
2-0 to Reynolds. 3-0. Ian Desmond on deck. This is an interesting one. You still got to take a strike.
I do, yes. Yep, I got to take, because I don't want to maybe swing at one of those borderline ones.
Ball 4. And now they're loaded up for Desmond. And Desmond, after not getting a hit in the first 2.5 ball games, single in the 6th, double in the 8th. And Brandon Hyde said, "Oh man, I've seen this book." Send out Big Doug Brocail. Colorado native, missed Friday while his 5th daughter was graduating from high school.
What do you think he's saying? But bases are loaded, he just threw 4 straight balls, or he's trying to be a little bit more positive? For Desi, he's only faced Givens 1 time.
Tying run at 3rd in Nolan. The winning run at 2nd in Hoffman. Reynolds is a Christmas tree ornament at 1st.
And really a lot's riding on Jeff Hoffman too. Because you want to get a big enough lead at 2nd base, but you can't be overly aggressive in case there's a line drive that's hit. You know, so you got to check where those infielders are.
And here's where, you know, Desi's speed pays off, because if he does hit it on the ground, he's tougher to double up. What happened? Desi, was
I don't
time
know.
called? I mean, he ran out of there like he couldn't see. What was
What
that?
was that all about?
Time had to be. Time was like called after. That should be a ball.
Yeah,
That's got to be ball 1.
That's a ball. His hands never went up unless he yelled it.
Ooh, good swing.
But if he was calling time, the umpire should have threw his hands up.
This is again where you need a microphone every once in a while on these guys. I'm assuming that it's 0-1, but there's no indication that it's not 1-1, right?
Yeah, I'm with you. That's all you can assume right here.
Whoa, that almost went to the backstop. And that's a tough read, you know, with these hard backstops now, and we see the ricochets, the pitchback effect for Nolan.
And that's the last thing you want, one of those hard ones, and it comes back and you get tagged out at home.
And Desmond. Bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. The Rockies down a run. There's one out. Gibbons didn't really come close to throwing a strike to Reynolds. Now he's ahead 1-2.
They're playing opposite field in the outfield for Ian. Swung way around in center and right.
Another 1-2. Close. Ball 2. Breathe.
You talking to you and me?
Everybody. Most importantly, Ian Desmond. That's where it's nice to have a veteran up there. No idea what'll happen, but he's not foreign territory to Desmond. 2-2. And now it's full. And does Gibbons' mind go back to that Yankee series?
Yeah, absolutely. The last 3 times he's been out there, he has not been in a good place. Because Trevor took him deep to win it on Friday.
Tony Walters, if needed, is on deck, and he has swung it well today and all season. Crowd of 46,815 ready to celebrate. Three-two. Wind continues to blow out to right. There's a great look at the crowd, the scene, the dark clouds all of a sudden, and the swing of the outfield way over toward right. Another 3-2. And another foul ball at 95.
These are the times when people ask you, what do you miss about baseball? Being in these situations. The competition.
9th pitch upcoming. Three-two again. Ball 4, game tie. What an at bat for Desmond. Nolan trots home. And now Tony Walters can play hero.
Now with the career bases loaded for Ian Desmond, that's 106 RBIs in his career.
That was what heck of an at-bat,
Think
folks.
how that at-bat started with him jumping out of there, trying to call timeout, and then they gave it to him when we're not sure what happened, but he fell behind 0-1 and then works a walk.
Tony 3 for 4. The only out he made was a line shot to deep right. This in the air to deep left field. Hoffman tagging. Here he comes. And the throw, not going to get him. Rockies win it. Tony Walters with a sac fly. Find a way. And the Rockies did on this Sunday afternoon.
There's a little bit of everything in that inning. Wow.
The delivery of the game is brought to you by Jimmy John's. Tony Walters to left field. He's calculating. Isn't deep enough. Jeff Hoffman running from third down the line. Everybody's got Little League today. Herman had a great day offensively, and now it's Hoffman, another starting pitcher, and he ends up scoring the winning run.
誕生カローラ2。
あら
うわ、うまい。やったね。面白そうだな、こいつ。僕たちのチャンピオンカーだ。Come on, everybody! カローラ2誕生。
シリウスダッシュエンジンのギャランシグマ、ランサーフィオーレマリエなど何かいいことありそうな7日8日三菱新型誕生フェア。
He hasn't gone back to it. See Petrick check the dugout. Here we go. Hit Hideki. A 3-2 pitch. I hope that got part of the elbow go. Oops, there goes Galarraga. Why would he? No catch. Boy, he carried the bat out there too. And now some fans have run onto the field. So we've got stuff going on all over the place. Wow. I gotta say that Galarraga's wrong here. A 3-2 pitch in a tie game. They're having trouble breaking this one up too. Terry Mohammed out there in the middle of things. Robbie Bonilla had to get his uniform back on and head out there too. He got invited out. He's still wanting a piece of Jordan or the big cat or somebody. But Galarraga got invited out. Wasden was yelling at him, inviting him out. Remember, the Braves are down to Baco. And the Rockies have no more pitching unless they use a starter. Was definitely glaring him down, staring him down, but he wasn't going to the mound until Wasden came off the mound and was inviting him out. Well, then Wasden's not too bright. He goes inviting him out.
I'm fairly sure you're not going to believe me when I say that catcher Brent Mayne, who apparently features a knuckleball, is on to pitch for the Rockies. And Tom Glavine, who may win the Cy Young Award, is on to hit for Atlanta. We go to the 12th inning.
Mayne injured his left wrist, his glove hand, going into the dugout trying to make a catch on a pop fly against the Mets, not the Marlins. And he's missed several games, but it does not affect his throwing arm. The thing that's questionable here is Pedro Estacio's in the bullpen when it appears like that he wants to go in the game. Julian Tavares is in the dugout. He's scheduled to pitch Friday.
Pitch to Glavine as a strike, 0-1. It looked like when he was warming up, he featured a knuckleball. Let's see. Fastball outside, a ball on the strike.
I guarantee you, he's having fun with this. And even though the game's on the line, you see position players pitch a lot like Garrett Bell did today for the Mets, but in a runaway, not when it's tied.
They ought to call time here and make Mayne go in and grab his sunglasses.
That's the way Derek was pitching today.
The 1-2 pitch. Little looper fouled on the third baseman.
Well, if Tommy hits one out, you got a pitcher getting the game-winning hit off a catcher. Then you really got something.
Look out. Trying to be tricky. Charge them out. That's all they need now.
Yeah.
For a pitcher who's hitting to charge the mound and a catcher who's pitching. The foul goes the nine. Little number back to the mound. 1 out.
Listen to this crowd. They're into it.
Here's Walt White.
Now, it was okay for Tommy to make an out.
Yeah.
But now there's a lot at stake here if you're a position player hitting against the catcher.
Mayne is the let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 9th pitcher used. 10th? The 10th pitcher used by the Rockies tonight. Oh, that's right. I forgot about Bohannon. Top in the center field. Can of corn. He hit it pretty well, but not enough. 2 out. Here's Percal.
Well, they're protecting their rotation. Tavares has been the longest since he made a start. He's scheduled to pitch Friday, so he would be the most logical choice. And he's in the dugout.
That looked like a knuckleball. I don't know if it is or not, but
I think it's just an 80-mile-an-hour fastball that just appears that way.
Base hit center field, right through the wicket.
Now, you know how it feels, Brent?
Now, can he hold runners on?
Yeah. You better be ready to defend yourself. And Percal snaps out of his 0 for string. 0 for 23, and he gets a hit off the catcher to snap it.
Here's Andrew. That was funny, too. That hit. Ball went right between Mayne's legs, and he looked between his legs.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
He was having a lot of fun until he realized these guys might hit the ball back at him.
Percal edges away. Simon's score. Mayne comes set. No balk. Yeah, not much of a move here.
Well, that's the best he can do. And you got to respect him for at least making the attempt to hold him on.
Look at that wild pitch. That puts Percal in scoring position.
I tell you what was interesting there, we're watching Petrick give the signs, and he's actually giving him location. Fastball away.
We had a game, Joe, some time ago, years ago, 12, 13 years ago, in which we played the Cardinals, and it was a similar situation. Well, I'll continue my story after you see this.
Fastball away, well, high away.
I forget the young infielder's name, but he pitched 3 1/3 innings of shutout ball again. Line drive down the left field line. It is foul.
Jose Oquendo?
I think it was. He went 3+ shutout innings ago. We finally won the game, but that would have been the darkest hour.
I pitched in 2 games. One against the White Sox when we were getting blown out when I was with Kansas City. And 5 days later, I was back in another game against Seattle and went 2 innings in that one.
How'd we go? You win?
Blanked them. Oh, no, not quite. We were down too many runs.
Oh. That was a breaking ball. 2-1. Pretty good pitch.
That was my claim to fame, striking out Spike Owen. That was my proudest moment on the mound. That was a good pitch.
And I'm sure he appreciates you mentioning it here. The 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Chipper is next. There are 2 out here, however.
Got to be patient if you're these guys. Wait for the ball to get to you.
He wants it. So 2 are on with 2 out.
This is driving Pedro Estacio crazy. He's in the bullpen for one reason. He wants in the game. I'm not sure that's the case of Tavares, who's scheduled to pitch Friday, but Estacio, they're protecting him probably because he's been their best pitcher. He's 10-8, 3 complete games. Tipper didn't mean to. A little dribbler to third. Inning is over. How about that? He got Tipper on a check swing. Tip your hat to Brent Mayne. 1 hit. No runs, no errors, 1 left. Bottom half of the 12th inning. Your score, all tied, 6-6.
The count. Strike 3 call. Wow, what a pitch. Shumpert is caught looking, 2 out.
You know, the funny part about this is that Mayne can't hit for himself. He can pitch, but he can't hit. His spot's due up on deck as you see the good pitch on the corner. Cut fastball, tailing fastball that came back for Belinda.
Well, Bobby Cox started out of the dugout, now stops.
They've got the kid on deck, Adam Melhuse.
So here comes Bobby out.
Yeah, he wants to go out and talk to Belinda about this. He doesn't have to make a change. This is his first visit out there to see Belinda. But Cirillo's such a good RBI guy. He's had a night where he's had a double in 5 trips, but that's the only hit of this series. And again, Mayne can't hit with that sore wrist, and Melhuse is the last hitter they have available to them.
Okay.
So you walk Cirillo, and you make Melhuse be the guy to beat you.
That, of course, makes the bases loaded walk a possibility, too.
Certainly does.
That's the chance you may be willing to take. Now Ed Montague said, come on. We've been at this for 4 hours and 25 minutes, and it's just about as much fun as it could be.
It is, and it's just so typical. You never see any two alike, do you?
No. But this one is different than most.
Yeah, it is.
Look at Nathan Perez. He's tired. I don't blame him.
Let's see how the Braves play it.
Well, of course, the infield's going to be back because there are 2 out.
They're going to walk him.
They'll load him up, and Melhuse will be the hitter.
Then who did they use to pitch? Well, we can't even, let's not even look that far ahead.
Personally, I think they should allow Wasden and Galarraga back in the game, and then they're going to be fine.
Is Anastasio out there still in the bullpen? I think it was. But you have to be considering if you're Marcel Latchman and Buddy Bell, wherever Buddy is, if they're not able to win the game here, who does pitch?
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about Melhuse. He's 28 years old. He's out of Stockton, California. This is his first trip to the major leagues. You folks in Knoxville will remember him. He played there a good bit of the time. The last several years. He's out of UCLA. And he's a left-hand hitter.
Yeah, he got called up from Albuquerque to L.A., made his big league debuts with the Dodgers on June 16th, and 1 day later he got traded to Colorado.
He is yet to get a major league hit. Boy, this would be a great time for him, not for us, to deliver. Base hit, the ball game's over. On the first pitch, Melhuse hit a rocket, and Brent Mayne is the winning pitcher. I'll be darned.
Unbelievable. You've never seen such a reaction in your life as Adam Melhuse running down the line. There's your winning pitcher, Brent Mayne. But watch Adam Melhuse. Goes with the pitch. Game-winning hit. Check him out. And watch this leap. His first big league hit.
What a spot to get her. Even Dino the Dinosaur has passed out here. Final score, Colorado 7, Atlanta 6. What a lot of fun. Totals and highlights after this.
とんでもないアクションを引っ提げて奴らが帰ってくる。ラチェット&クランク2 12月11日発売。プレイステーション。
And there's some changes for the Mets as Tulowitzki gets ready to hit. Eric Young stays in the ball game in left field. So Chris Young comes out. Tejada, who was hit for, gives way to Omar Quintanilla, the former Rocky. So a couple of former Rockies in there. And longtime power right-hander Kyle Farnsworth is on. Now, they've gone through a couple closers already, and it's Farnsworth's turn of late.
Well, he's the third closer that they've already used this year. They lost their opening day closer, Bobby Parnell, on opening day, and then they went to Jose Valverde. Now it's Kyle Farnsworth. 56 career saves for Kyle, 2 this year. Opponents hitting 277 against Mr. Farnsworth. Still throws hard, but not in the hundreds like he did when he first came up. He's a mid-90 guy with a hard slider.
In this ballpark with this lineup, this is one of the most difficult tasks, trying to protect a one-run lead. Tulowitzki tonight 2 for 3, and he's hit by a pitch. His average started tonight at 385. It's actually gone up 9 points to 394. And in his last at bat, the 7th inning single, he was career hit number 1,000. Again, the Rockies were down 6-0. And in the 5th inning, they scored 8 runs. They gave it right back in the top half of the 6th. That's scored 3 of the last 4 innings. Here we go. And Tulo takes a strike.
Again, with the 1-run lead, the Mets are playing the no doubles depth in the outfield. I mean, I haven't seen this guy so deep before.
Tell you what, you can almost get a double dropping it in front of them. 2-strike count. Farnsworth has given up a run in 2 of his last 3 outings. He did face the Rockies yesterday. Didn't give up a run yesterday, just gave up a hit.
Hit and run before that against Miami. 3 hits and a run. The inning against the Cardinals before the Marlins.
Fouled off. Well, the Rockies already twice at home this year, and they've only lost 4 ball games, Huey, as you know, at home. 2 of the 4 games that they lost at home, they scored 9 runs in one. They scored 10 runs in another ball game, and right now they're sitting on 9 runs with a deficit in the 9th inning. Arenado on deck. The only guy, by the way, that the Rockies have left of position players that are available is Charlie Culberson. And the pitcher spot is 2 doors down.
And he's already on the top step of the dugout with the bat and a helmet.
And Willeen Rosario battling that viral infection that Rutledge has. Base hit up the middle. Boy, Tulowitzki, there has not been a better player in baseball this year than Troy Tulowitzki. It's that simple.
I mean, no matter how good you say Charlie Blackmon has been, Tulo and what he has hit, he's hit any pitch. He's come through in every situation. He comes through again with the base hit up the middle on a slider from Farnsworth.
Let me point something out. I forgot because I didn't add him to my lineup card. McHenry is available also, well, but he's your backup catcher, which makes a manager leery of going there in case the guy with the gear on, in this case Jordan Pacheco, were to get nicked. Tulowitzki draws a throw. Troy does not steal bases anymore. Arenado has had a huge night. Grand slam to give the Rockies an 8-6 lead in the 5th. His second career slam. In the 7th, he doubled down the left field line. Good eye. That's one area. I know he's not walking a lot, but he's still doing a better job than a year ago in forcing pitchers to throw the ball in the strike zone.
But that's why he has the hit streak. That's why his average is .315. Because he's patient, but when he's in the zone, he's aggressive.
2-0.
He's defining your strike zone. That's what Nolan has improved so much on this year. He understands what he can hit and where he can hit it.
2-0. This ball hit to deep center field, but it's playable. Troy's going to tag up and head first slide. He's safe. That's a big heads-up play by Tulowitzki. On the deep fly ball, he moves into scoring position with 1 out.
I mean, it's not stealing bases, but this is like a stolen base because he makes his decision. He makes his mind up where the center fielder was. Lagares knows he can't throw him out from there. And not even a tag on the Mike Shaw Subaru Superdome. Headsy play from Troy.
Charlie Culberson will pinch hit. The Rockies will have 2 looks at knocking in Tulowitzki. 1 out, he's in scoring position. And there's a strike. Pacheco is in the on-deck circle. This is where we often talk about how important depth is, how important a complete roster is.
These are fun times for a bench player. 9th inning.
Extra fun if you can come through.
Well, you've already studied the pitcher. You've gone back, you've looked at videotape in between innings. You got loose in the cage. You've done everything you can to prepare when you're called upon.
Mets outfield is shortened up in the hope that on a base hit they'd have a shot at Tulowitzki. 2-strike count on Culberson. Started the year with the Rockies, was sent out for a brief period. Now back up. Ball game about 10 minutes shy of 4 hours. The Mets tonight have 17 hits in producing their 10 runs. Heck, they've had 21 runners in scoring position. Or 21 at bats with runners in scoring position. 9 for 21. It's only the 22nd time in their history, which began in '62, that they've had at least 21 at bats in a game with runners in scoring position. But the Rockies can still knock them off. Culberson fouls it off again.
Good swing from Charlie. Trying to stay away from Charlie's old rule that if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to beat me going to the opposite field.
Rockies picked up Charlie Culberson in the Marco Scutaro deal with the Giants. This ball's well hit to center field. Laguerre's going back, still going back to the wall. Good! Two-run walk-off home run! Charlie Culberson! How do you like that? Lodo magic alive and well.
Great time for your first home run, first career walk-off home run.
その時エンジンの音を忘れていた。クオリティバランスシグマ。